running successful software promotions for 3 years now at Westerdale. We do 24-hour discounts on software and a bunch of other interesting things. Do the math. This is the key to how to run a successful software promotion. Actually sit down and work out your numbers. And what we're going to do today is spend a few minutes working with some real numbers. I'm going to ask some questions, so get ready to put your hand up. And I'm going to give out some information on how we run our numbers at Westerdale, and hopefully those will be useful for you in your promotions. So the first thing that we're going to do is determine our per unit cost. Everyone set a price point for your software, but a lot of software developers, especially if you're running a small shop, don't sit down and actually work out your costs. And there are two types of costs. There's the fixed costs in the actual development of your software, and then there's a variable cost. If someone comes along tomorrow and waves a magic wand and gives you, say, 10 times the amount of sales that you normally have, what's actually going to be the cost of those sales for those extra sales? So that's something we're going to look at. Again, we're going to look at some real sales data that I can share with you, and some interesting trends and graphs based on some real numbers. And help devise a strategy. Happy to talk to people afterwards if come up to me as well. And make some sales. Okay. So what we have here is a product cost calculator. So I need a volunteer from the audience, someone who's, say, got, let's keep it simple, someone who's got like one product and has like, one or two employees. So someone stick their hand. Someone's going to need to do it, we're going to say, yeah, all day. Right? Okay, right. Back.
Do you want the product price?
Yep, we need the product price.
$49.95.
$49.95. Okay, and how many hours a week total do you spend on your business?
It's
Is
a
that right?
7 day per week. Yeah, I think.
Am I on the right?
Yeah.
Now, how many, seriously, if you could average?
For that one product or business in total?
Just the business in total.
Okay. I think it's 50 hours.
50 hours. Sounds about right. That's reasonable. And then how many hours do you spend actually supporting your software?
Customer support.
Customer support.
Emailing, everything.
Yeah, basically dealing with the sales.
Everything with the sales. 74, 28?
28?
Yeah.
And then do you have any like per unit costs, so actual licenses that you need to pay for the piece of software?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So I'm going to press this magic button. Your per unit product cost is about $28. That's how much it costs you to sell a piece of software. It's about half.
Mm-hmm.
And that's determined basically, the hours that you're spending on development are kind of sunk costs. The hours that you're spending doing bug fixes are to a certain degree sunk costs. Dealing with the customers is, in the software world, where the per unit costs are. And for my own business, actually, the hours supporting the products, maybe as low as maybe $6. It depends on your product, depends on how things are structured, but obviously you can drop things down quite low if you're, a $50 piece of software. Your actual per unit cost could be as low as like $6, meaning you could discount it to 88% and break even. And I encourage people to kind of think through your numbers as well. But this is very, very powerful, and this is the math that people do not do in considering a software promotion. So considering when you do a promotion, you're not promoting to you're not selling in a normal manner. You're selling in a way that makes it a very limited time, limited promotion. And this is the key piece of information you need to do. Okay, so once you've got your magic number, it's going to be different for everyone. We can see how that percentage is going to play out. So this is having a look at our sales data for our promotions. We're going to have a look at the total sales revenue based on discount. on this graph here, up the left-hand side, the numbers don't mean anything in terms of dollars, but we have sales up the left-hand side and percentage discount across the bottom. So for sales, the line goes up, which is what you want. This is actually very, very powerful. We're talking about the total sales revenue of doing a promotion. So if you're discounting your software, you can see greater than 79%. The total sales that you make at the end of the day, even though you're selling it at a lower price point, you sell more and you make more money. We see this again and again and again. This line goes up. The reason for that little dip in the middle, the only reason I can say is we actually have a very small data set at that point. Most of our promotions tend to be at 50% or 60%. That little dip is only about a 30th of the data at the other side. I'm not entirely sure why. And if we look at different products, the sales break down in a different way. If your regular price of your product is less than $35, we actually see the line goes down. For some reason, I think it's because the amount that you have to sell gets to be so great. For a cheaper for a cheaper product, you want to keep it between, say, 40 and 70% discount. If you discount it too much for a cheap piece of product, you'll actually harm your total sales. But for a more expensive product, the sales go up even more. Comments. Casey talked a lot about transparency, and having comments is one way that you can have total transparency. The number of comments that we have on our promotions in relation to the sales. Again, sales on the left-hand side, number of comments across the bottom. That graph goes up, and it goes way, way up. What you're doing by having comments is you're interacting, you're engaging with the community that is purchasing your software. You're making them come back and really get interested in your piece of software again and again. Day of the week. A lot of people ask about which day of the week is best to promote. Should I start it on a Monday and do it on a Friday? So again, real sales numbers behind these. Wednesday happens to be our best day, but from me looking at this graph, it doesn't seem to matter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, pretty much the same. Friday, obviously there's a drop, and Saturday and Sunday, again, people are not in the office. There's always going to be a drop there. And when you compare it to traffic data, you'll see that the weekends don't perform as well. People are not as likely to come in and purchase on a weekend. There's just some type of mentality about it. It doesn't convert as well, certainly for us.
Is that Nico, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Is that the information is coming from your products?
These are from the promotions that we run for the variety of products over the last 3 years, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with your product. What type of product is it? Is that consumer?
No, we run promotions on lots of different types of products on our website, which is Bits du Jour. So
Okay.
we take anyone's products.
So anyone's product, which is B2B, B2C, or?
We primarily do consumer products in the $20 to $50 price range, but we do some things outside that, some B2B as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Sure. Repeat promotion.
When you go back
Yes.
to the last slide, why do you think you have more traffic on Monday but converts better on Wednesday?
Honestly, those blips, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that and think, why is that going to be particularly different? I'd love to give you an answer for that, but I don't know. Maybe next year I'll have a better slide up. Some more information. I wouldn't be able to say. Although I will say, my wife worked retail for a very long time, and she said that Tuesdays and Thursdays people were much more likely to buy. And one thing that also you might want to recommend you do is a lot of people are paid on a bi-weekly or a monthly cycle. So if you time promotions not to be at the end of the month, because a lot of people won't have money in their wallets at the end of the month, but at the start of the month having a promotion, people are more likely